Alright, so we say high Phoenix midi Eddie Siki. Inti me can stories me mu Eddie Abom Eddie Amao na chese wo hu de Ghana so ensem airco. Na yebeko Abronye DC camp me pacho Abronye is seeking asylum from air countries bi. Ni nyina say ochima his life is under threat over a video bi okoye edifa IGP ho ene some nsem bi okenka say sisi no amanfo air tata no enti no US no mni aban countries bi aka no enje no na omu intimi fancy as a political asylum seeker. What I say, political refugee. Eno any letter Abronye di aba na ebuso ebekom na yehu Abronye nso ni sum any grievances or there to those countries are all seeking asylum no the case are omiki na yetimi hu de ensem no etie. Now yebesan so ahwe another story where the Bawku Youth, which is Mamprusi HM say Canada Agyapong any Aide and I said the spokesperson Ekosiisen they should come and apologize over a comment be Ekosiisen no Canada Agyapong spokesperson no ekomeki on social media and yes ade ene omso ebetimi afi wo msen abusun ebekọ nsem no nyina na yetimi ede ama no hu de enema ekoba menka say high Phoenix midin ede siki ene your first time and subscribe to channel no say be post video abenya update aside that the comment section is open obetimi so akire wadwen ewo comment na yehu say de enema etie enti no yensha say emfiri Abronye DC asisi no ochirima oye political refugee usiki asylum ewo eye countries bi eho. Now Abronye DC emrada ena chese the letter etimi airdrop here. Now Abronye DC chima formal request for political asylum and security protection. The letter is addressed to Immigration Refugee Affairs Department of the various embassies and then high commissions ahodwa ewo Ghana. Now letter in your say, dear sir or madam, subject formal request for political asylum and security protection. I Kwame Bafo Abronye, a Ghanaian politician and the current regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, in the Bono region of Ghana, respectfully submit this formal application for political asylum and security protection from now till the period when my application will be assessed and granted by any of the countries I have applied to, as attached below. I have attached all relevant documents establishing my Ghanaian citizenship, marked Exhibit A. Grounds for seeking asylum. My request is based on consistent escalating political persecution, threats to my life, and systemic abuse of state security powers by the current government of Ghana. The key grounds are: 1. Unlawful arrest and detention. The unlawful arrest and detention, which he said in February 2025, shortly after the current NDC government assumed office, I became the first opposition politician to be invited, arrested, and detained by the National Investigations Bureau for over 13 hours. But also say, my arrest followed my public criticism of the government's crude, unfair, and blanket dismissal of over 150,000 Ghanaian workers without due cause and a call for their immediate reinstatement. During my detention, I was threatened, intimidated, and sternly warned that unless I ceased criticizing the government, I would face more severe reprisals in the future. 2. Ongoing threats and intimidation. Since my release, I have received persistent threats, both verbal and electronic, via WhatsApp and SMS, from individuals linked to the ruling party, including those currently holding government positions. Recently, I publicly questioned the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yohunu, on an online TV program that I host for failing to address the worsening insecurity in Ghana per the recently released Global Peace Index report, particularly the tribal conflict in the north that have resulted in death and displacement, while instead focusing on the selective arrest of opposition members for expressing personal opinions online, even when officers, members, and supporters of the ruling party have also said same or even worse. 3. Targeted harassment and threats of arrest. Following my public remarks, I received a threatening call from an individual claiming to be an investigator and identifying himself only as Mr. Seth, claiming to act on instructions of the IGP. He ordered me to report to the National Police Headquarters immediately to answer questions as to why I have been insulting and disrespecting the IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohunu, threatening that my failure to comply would result in being forcefully apprehended and dealt with mercilessly, that I won't come back to life. Through lawyers, I officially wrote to the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, to verify if any official complaint had been lodged against me and if they had invited me. The Director General of CID, through the Secretary, informed my lawyers that they had not received nor initiated any criminal investigations against me and rather directed my lawyers back to the supposed investigator, Mr. Seth, who, when contacted, flatly refused to clarify and instead ominously stated, "Tell that boy that if he refused to come and we pick him up, he won't come back to life." A confidential source within the police later informed me of a secret meeting where plans had been finalized to arrest, detain, and brutalize me should I appear at police headquarters. 4. Escalating pattern of persecution. In recent months, there has been a disturbing trend of opposition politicians being arrested and detained beyond the constitutionally mandated 48 hours without bail. This has created a climate of fear and intimidation where political opponents of the government are deliberately targeted. Based on these realities and the direct threats to my life and liberty, I am convinced that both I and my family are in imminent and grave danger. Legal protocols relied upon in this application. This application is respectfully grounded upon the following binding international legal instruments and guidelines. 1. 1951 Refugee Convention and 1967 Protocol recognizing the applicant's well-founded fear of persecution for political opinion and prohibiting refoulement. Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 14, affirming the applicant's right to seek asylum. 3. International Convention on Civil and Political Rights, Article 9 and 19, safeguarding liberty, protection from arbitrary detention, and freedom of expression. 4. A 1969 OAU Refugee Convention extending refugee status to persons fleeing systemic political persecution and serious disturbances of public order. 5. UNHCR guidelines on international protection, recognizing that persecution of opposition politicians and denial of state protection fall within the refugee protection framework. Conclusion: in light of the above, and in genuine fear for my personal safety and that of my family, I respectfully seek political asylum and security protection in your country. I place my trust in your respected institution to consider my case urgently and to extend the necessary humanitarian assistance and protection under international conventions governing the rights of asylum seekers. Thank you for your kind attention. Sincerely, Kwame Bafo Abronye, Regional Chairman, Bono Region, any New Patriotic Party, NPP Ghana. Now, we address a letter to UN Resident Coordinator Office of Ghana. Then the resident coordinator Ghana, Zia whatever, and I think so communications officer UNCT, UNHCR, also the be UNDP Ghana or the be UNOWES regional mission. I feel so recipient embassies. So we Abronye DC ne letter watched to the various missions and embassies are. Which says no say ne life is under threat. Means was omo emano asylum. Now was stating 4 key factors are which so ede esiki sa asylum we are which says no. Who say ye cheche amount for rough off because one of the first politician ban we buy ye di kan eche no eni kopi mu bi na yaso because we make comments. Say ya dismiss some 150,000 Ghanaian workers being reinstate wo which you may bra ko honom. Omo etimi intimidate no omo wone no threaten no again which him say ongoing threat and intimidation koso ha. After that the first arrest no wasan so enya WhatsApp and SMS messages ahodo a ye threaten no ni ade afin so no watcha targeted harassment and threat of arrest or say after the statement we would make here against IGP no so no oho ena unya message bi say one set bi which him say oye investigator ehia no. But the broadman and lawyers, etimi Ekosiisen so ye call request say indeed obi ameki complain etiana ampa no etimi ebede di say enya nokre ente sa enu nti no onko ho but then osan so ekoma set na afili set no etimi chim say wa ama no mba be che na ade efe ebe ne tan which him say number 4 escalating pattern of persecution which in recent months has been disturbing trend of opposition politicians are ye chichechi wo mu detain wo mu beyond the 48 hours enti no no ahwe niema ekwa wo tena sedwene niema ho hu sesisi no ne life enheda enye safe wo ye under threat we at risk enu ntino missions ahodo ne embassies ahodo e wo Ghana entimi mra na omo ngene ntina omo man mu na eja ono nso wontimi enya ne fa ahudi na obi sabi ankudi ne bone we Abronye DC eleta abusua wotimi atwera wo chebisisi no we political refugee or asylum na ono nso na abusua wotimi abom ho ban until say obi feel safe bim. That is one side. Now, you the next story. Abusua you were on the 5th of September. Na youth bi a from Bawku Youth Association Maya. Omo etimi etwe letter baye ese Agyapong any spokesperson I friend say Kwasi they should come and retract and then apologize for a statement bi a omo emeki on social media against what they feel say against the Bawku youth tribal any ade now the ten say omo letter na buy na busua Kwasi na omo allege so no trigger and some so it me buy with a follow up reaction ema with me ede baby ensemi na free buy now abusua yenko omo letter mi na afie no yenko de Kwasi so it me treye now omo letter na say Kwasi and Agyapong must retract their lies and apologize to the people of Bawku. The attention of the Bawku Youth Association Maya Bawku chapter has been drawn to a reckless and malicious social media post authored by Mr. Kwasi, spokesperson for Mr. Agyapong, alleging that former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud flew a rival chief to Bawku and imposed him on the people in the heat of an election. This blatant falsehood is not only shameful but also dangerous as it seeks to exploit the sensitive Bawku chieftaincy issue for cheap political points. We wish to state in no uncertain terms that this lie was first manufactured and propagated by the then opposition National Democratic Congress NDC for political gain in 2024. It is therefore disgraceful that Mr. Agyapong and his spokesperson, who claim to have supported the NPP candidate in that election, are now shamelessly recycling the same propaganda against the very candidate they purportedly supported. It is particularly appalling that at a time when the NDC itself is running away from the tribal politics it ignited and is currently suffering retribution for those actions, Mr. Agyapong and his team are attempting to resurrect those same poisonous tactics. This is not only irresponsible but a direct insult to the people of Bawku and the entire Bawku kingdom, who have long borne the brunt of reckless political manipulation. We remind Mr. Kwasi and his boss that the Bawku conflict should not be a tool for campaign propaganda. To recklessly twist facts for political capital is to play with the peace and security of our people. No serious leader should engage in such divisive conduct. We therefore, on behalf of the youth, demand a full and unqualified retraction and apology to the people of Bawku and Bawku. Failure to heed to this advice will compel us to declare Mr. Agyapong's campaign team persona non grata in our jurisdiction until such a retraction and apology is rendered. We will not allow any individual, no matter how highly placed, to trade the peace of Bawku for political expediency. The future of our people is far more important than the desperation of politicians. We Bawku youth omo elect omo de baya omo condemn statement omo chim say Agyapong and his spokesperson bi etimi ekotreye na busia right after this letter Kwasi no Agyapong the spokesperson no a omo chim so no e de bi sansem bi nyina no etimi e be chim say or say I have reached out to Mr. Abdul Majid Bagra, Secretary of the Bawku Youth Association Bawku chapter, to clarify the context of my earlier comment regarding the Bawku matters. We came to a better understanding that my statement was a direct reaction to an unfortunate tweet made by Dr. Ekosiisen, Deputy spokesperson for Dr. Bawumia's campaign, and was never intended to undermine ongoing efforts to foster peace within the Bawku enclave. Like all well-meaning Ghanaians, I remain deeply concerned about ensuring lasting peace and stability for our brothers and sisters in that part of our country. In line with this commitment, I have since deleted the post in question. We Kwasi reaction. And then we found the original poster trigger this letter Bawku youth Emma Omu Ebufu yenu. The Kwasi which of course also say a reference to another statement Bawumia deputy spokesperson so portray. Now, first off, Bawumia deputy spokesperson say, let's just imagine how Ghanaians will receive videos of a candidate X insulting women, describing their intimate fluids. How can Mr. X be a winnable candidate? And then Kwasi came to reply, say, after that, we can also discuss how Ghanaians receive the candidate that flew a rivalry chief to Bawku imposed him on the people just days before a general election. So this was the whole beginning of the letter Bawku Youth ebai ebeche mu say Agyapong and the campaign team na say omu use Bawku conflict no e dey play politics, and so they should come out and apologize abusia ye de ho nsem ma. Now so we ensem abusia drop eba medin e de siki menka say ene your first time on the channel na watch me subscribing to channel no Afia so no comment section is open wait me akire wadwen na abusia yetimi edi enkomo.